Gentleman from Vermont is recognized.
I thank the gentleman for yielding. Mr. Speaker, the Constitution is very clear. It is the United States Congress which has the power to determine issues of war and peace and to decide whether our young men and women are put in harm's way. It is the President who is the Commander-in-Chief of the military. It is the Congress which determines whether we use that military. I have heard today that some people think that the U.S. participation in Kosovo now is unconstitutional. They're right. But the U.S. participation in Vietnam, Grenada, Panama, and many other conflicts which took place without congressional authorization were also unconstitutional. The time is now for this Congress to stop abrogating its constitutional responsibility to the White House and to start seriously addressing the issues of war and peace. Frankly, I am extremely concerned about the process that has taken place today. On an issue of such enormous consequence and at a time when Congress has an inactive schedule, it is an outrage that we only have a few hours to discuss the issues of war, the expenditure of billions, and the potential loss of life of American military personnel. And I hope we rectify this situation in the coming days and weeks. This should not be the last debate on this issue. Mr. Speaker, my assessment of the situation at the present moment is that Mr. Milosevic is a war criminal and that ethnic cleansing, mass murder, rape, and the forced evacuation of hundreds of thousands of innocent people from their homes is unacceptable and cannot be ignored. Sadly, because Mr. Milosevic has negotiated agreements which he has then ignored, I have supported the NATO bombings of military targets. I believe that the Serb military and police must be withdrawn from Kosovo, that the hundreds of thousands of people uprooted from their homes must be allowed to return, that Kosovo must be given some kind of self-rule, and that an international peacekeeping force should be established to maintain order. Mr. Speaker, I believe that we must strive as hard as we possibly can to find an alternative between doing nothing and allowing ethnic cleansing and mass murder to continue and the continuation of a war which will certainly result in terrible destruction, large numbers of casualties, and the expenditure of great sums of money. I believe that the United States must be as active as we possibly can in finding a road to peace. I believe that Germany and the United Nations have brought forth proposals which might be able to form the basis of a negotiated peace. I believe that Russia, a long-term ally of Serbia, should be asked to play a more active role in the process and to supply troops for an international peacekeeping force.
Gentleman's time has expired. The gentleman